Hey guys, I have a bunch of butternut squash that I had harvested from the garden and cured on the front porch, and I had a hankering for butternut squash soup. But this is not the butternut squash soup that you're probably used to. This is a little bit different. So I thought I would show you how I make butternut squash soup.
First thing we're going to do is cut off the top and the bottom of the butternut squash. Then we're going to cut where it stops being straight and starts turning into the little bulb on the bottom. The next thing we're going to do is shave off the skin. Shaving the skin off butternut squash is not the easiest, and cutting it honestly is not the easiest. These are pretty hard, but it is definitely worth it. It tastes so good. And this kind of peeler is my favorite. It works the best. I'm trying to remember where I got it from. I got it, I can't remember what the store is called. We're going to do the same thing with the bottom part. Peel the skin off. Butternut can be a little bit slippery, so be careful you don't slice your fingers too. Alright, now I've got that peeled. We're going to cut each of these pieces in half. And this piece I'm actually going to cut into thirds. Part we're just going to cube. Throw it in the pot. Now this bottom part, we have to dig out the seeds, and I'm going to be saving these seeds for my garden for next year. So I'm going to scoop all of this out. Put it in the cup. And this is also going to get cut up and cubed. Here is our pot full of butternut squash. Next, we're going to add in some spinach. I put a lot of spinach in because as it cooks, it really condenses and it doesn't take up this much room. Then we're gonna add some chicken broth. I don't have like exact measurements for this. I just kind of make it depending on what size pot I'm using. If I'm using my giant pot, then I make a bigger batch. All right, now we're just gonna put it on the stove on medium heat, and we're gonna cover it with a lid. All right, so while this is heating up, I'm gonna stir this, get the spinach in there, get it cooking. Then the next thing I'm gonna do is start making our meatballs. I'm just going to put this ground beef into a bowl. It's about 1 pound. Break it up a little bit. And then I'm going to add 1 egg. And I'm going to throw some garlic salt in there. Now, you can also add fish sauce into this. Just gonna stir it up really good. Alright, our soup is boiling and hot. It is not cooked all the way through yet. This butternut squash is still pretty firm. But what we're gonna do is we're going to form our meatballs and we're going to drop it into the soup, and the hot soup is going to cook these meatballs. You can see how much the spinach really deflated when it got cooked. Alright, we're just going to let that cook and we'll come back and stir it in a minute. This smells so good. The leaner the meat you use, the less grease you're going to get on top. You can scoop out the grease. When this cools, the grease will rise to the top. You can really easily scrape it off. Normally, I will use really lean ground beef when I'm making this, but this is what I had for right now, and it is not so lean, but it'll still be alright. I'm gonna let this cook a little bit longer, and then I'll give it a taste and see what other stuff it needs. Oh yeah, that looks so good. I'm just gonna give this a little taste and see if I need to add some salt. I usually will put some parsley in here too. Yes, definitely need some salt. This is honestly how I cook a lot. I don't measure a lot of stuff unless I'm following a specific recipe. I just go by taste and kind of just know by eyeballing how much of something, especially spices, I want to put into something. You just get a feel for it after you've done it for so long. Now, interestingly, you can use different spices if you are not allowed to have a lot of salt for whatever reason, to get your food to taste saltier without having so much salt in it. Parsley is one of those ones that will give it a salty taste without adding more salt. gonna turn this off and then we're gonna make some rice. So when you're ready to put a bowl together, you're just going to scoop out some rice. Everybody is a little bit hungry. And then we're going to scoop out some soup. And that is our butternut squash soup. It's so good. You have to give it a try. Let me know if you try it, and if you like it, comment down below. I'll see you next time. Bye.